Yes, very good evening, children. Today's topic is classification of elements, the periodic table, a very most important topic, children. Classification of elements, the periodic table. Classification of elements, the periodic table. Before that, I will ask one question to you, children. So, what is the uses of classification of element? Why we do the classification of elements? Means here, due to the classification, we can easily identify the elements. By the classification, we can easily identify the elements of the physical and chemical properties. For example, you went to the market, for example, supermarket, and step into the supermarket. Inside the groceries are arranged in systematic order. We can easily identify what we require. The same way, by the classification, elements we can easily identify in their groups and periods. By the classification, we can identify the elements in easy way and systematically. So, in 1661, Robert Boyle, he given the definition to the element. What is meant by element? Element is the smallest particle which cannot divide further and their physical and chemical change. Means here element is very too small. We can't divide further and we can't change of their physical and chemical properties. So this is given by Robert Boyle. Element is the smallest particle which cannot divide further as the physical and chemical change. It is called element. So at the Robert Boyle time, at the time of Robert Boyle, there were only 13 elements were discovered. How many elements are? 13 elements were discovered in 1661. In 1661, at the time of Robert Boyle, just only the 13 elements were known. And at the end of 18th century, at the time of Lavoisier, another 11 elements were discovered. Once again, classification of elements. By the classification, we can easily identify the elements according to the physical and chemical properties. So, the first element definition is given by Robert Boyle in 1661. According to his, it is the smallest particle which cannot divide further and we can't change their physical and chemical properties. So, at the time of Robert Boyle in 1661, just were known only the 13 elements, children. And at the end of 18th century, at the period of Anthony Lavoisier, another 11 elements were discovered. In 1865, 63 elements were discovered. Don't add the 63 plus 11 plus 13. In 1865, at that time, just up to the total 63 elements were discovered. In 1940, 91 elements were discovered to the natural sources. 91 elements were discovered natural sources and another 17 elements were discovered synthetically. 91 elements were discovered natural sources and another 17 elements were discovered synthetically. Chemical process. Total 108 elements. And in the periodic table up to now we have the more than 115 elements. More than 115 elements consist of the periodic table. Then what is meant by periodic table? Periodic table means what? The table which is consist of the table which is filled with full of electrons, full of elements, that is called a periodic table. Periodic table is nothing but the table which is filled with full of elements, that is called periodic table. So up to now we have consist of more than 115 elements in the periodic table. So the first classification was done according to the metals and non-metals. Metals and non-metal. The first classification. So this topic you have to read in the previous classes, in the 8th classes. You have to read this topic, metals and non-metals. So the first classification element was done according to the metals and non-metals. But here some of the elements which are present in the periodic table, some of the elements consist of both properties, metallic and non-metallic properties. So here, first the classification was done according to metals and non-metals. But some of the elements consist of metallic property and non-metallic property. Due to this, we have to search the alternate way to classification of element, because some of the elements like aluminium, aluminium consists of both properties, metallic property and non-metallic properties. So this kind of elements, where we have to fix, where we have to classification, and where we have to allocate into the periodic table. So these kind of the element which are consist of the dual nature, dual properties. So we have to search the alternating for the classification. We have to search the another way to classification of elements. And in 1829, one more scientist whose name is Johann Wolfgang Dabernehl. Johann Wolfgang Dabernehl. Johann Wolfgang Dabernehl. In 1829, Johann Wolfgang Dabernehl, he is selected three elements in each group. So means here Johann Wolfgang Dabernehl is selected three elements in group in the periodic table. The three elements consist of same similar chemical properties. Dabernehl was selected three elements in each group. The three element set of group, the set of three elements groups is called triad. Dabernehl was selected three elements in each group. The set of three elements groups is called triad because tri means three. Dabernehl was selected three elements in each group. The three elements set of group we have to call it triad. The elements which are present in the triad, they consist of the similar chemical properties. Their properties are very similar. According to this, Dabernehl is given one law that we have to call the law of triad. Law of triad. According to these three elements, Dabernehl was given one law. That law is called law of triad. What is law of triad? Let us see now. Dabernehl arranged the elements in systematic order of their atomic weight. Dabernehl arranged the elements in systematic order of their atomic weight. In that, for some of the first and third element atomic weight average equal and similar to the middle element. Once again, Dabernehl was selected three elements in group. The set of three elements groups is called triad. So the element which are present in the triad, they have similar chemical properties. Okay, sir. According to these three elements, Dabernehl was given one law that is called Dabernehl law of triad. What is Dabernehl law of triad? Let us see now. The sum of the first and third element atomic weight average, which is equal and similar to the middle element. This is called Dabarnir law of triad. Once again, keep it in mind, children, very most important for 2 marks question it is sum of first and third element atomic weight average, which is equal and similar to the middle element. It is called Dabarnir law of triad. Let us see one example of triad. Lithium, sodium, and potassium. Lithium atomic weight is 7, sodium atomic weight is 23, potassium atomic weight is 39. According to law of triad, the first element, sum of the first and third element, these atomic weight average, which is equal and similar to the middle element. Let me see now. First element is 7 plus third element is 39 by 2. 39 plus 7 means 46 by 2. 46 by 2 means 23. This atomic weight average, which is equal to the middle element. It is called Dabarnir law of triad, children. Are you understood, children? Dabarnir selected three elements in each group. The set of 3 elements group is called triad. Elements which are present in the triad. See, it is one of the triad. Lithium, sodium, potassium is one of the triad. And this lithium, sodium, potassium consist of same chemical properties because these 3 belongs to same group. According to the triad, sum of first and third element atomic weight average equal to the middle element. So see here, first element atomic weight is 7 plus third element atomic weight is 39 by 2. 7 plus 39, 46 by 2 is 23. This 23 is atomic weight 23 is which is equal to the middle element. Middle element nothing but sodium atomic weight is 23. But all the time the atomic weight average, it will not come to the up to the mark of middle element. Sometimes it will come very similar. Okay, children. Always it will not show the exact value of middle element, which is come very close to the middle element. The value which is come sometime very close to the middle element. But always it will not exist to the same value of middle element. That's why what is said Dabarnir, sum of first and third element atomic weight average, which is equal and similar to the middle element. It is called Dabarnir law of triad. It is one of the example, children. So in textbook table 1, children see it is in textbook table 1, sum of triads is given elements. That is completed at home, children. What is given in the textbook? It is one of the example. So just open your textbook and table 1. See the table 1. In the table 1, some another examples will given. You have to complete the another example with the triad form. First element and third element atomic weight average equal to the middle element. Equivalent sometimes will come similar. So this is called Dabarnir law of triad. So Dabarnir law of triad, it is not only consists of what triad theory, it has some demerits also, children. That is the limitations of very important limitations also. Limitations of law of triad theory. Limitations. Very important it is. Limitation means what are the demerits present in the Dabarnir triad theory. Let us see the first limitation. All the known elements, he could not arrange in the form of triad. All the known elements, he could not arrange in the form of triad. That means here, at the time of Dabarnir, the how many electrons are discovered? That all the elements he could not arrange in the form of triad. Triad is three elements in set of the group. Like that, Dabarnir is he could not arrange in the form of triad. This is called first demerit or first limitation. all the known elements at the time of Dabarnir, he could not arrange it in the form of triad. So Dabarnir కాలంలో ఎన్ని ఎలిమెంట్స్ అయితే డిస్కవర్ చేశారో వాటిని అన్నింటినీ ట్రయాడ్ ఫామ్ గా రాయలేదన్నమాట. ట్రయాడ్ అంటే త్రీ ఎలిమెంట్స్ ఒక గ్రూప్ గా అలాగా సెట్ చేయలేదన్నమాట డాబర్నీర్. జస్ట్ ఈ డన్ ఓన్లీ ద సమ్ ఆఫ్ ద ఎలిమెంట్స్ సెటిల్ టు రైట్ ఇన్ ద ఫార్మ్ ఆఫ్ triad. Are you understood, children? How many electrons are discovered at the period of Dabarnir? He could not arrange it in the form of triads. For example, it is that in the period of Dabarnir, 115 elements were discovered. The total 115 elements he did not arrange it in the form of triad. He did not select three elements in the group from the 115 elements. Just he arranged only some of the elements like a triad. It is one of the limitations. All the known elements of Dabarnir period, he could not arrange it in the form of triad. Second one, this Dabarnir law, it is a failure to the lower mass elements and higher mass of elements. This law was failed to the lower mass elements and higher mass of elements. Third one, as the technique is improved to measuring the atomic weight accurately, this law is unable to strictly valid. So before the time, in the Dabarnir time, we have to observe the atomic weight in the form of triad theory. But when the technique were improved to measuring the atomic weight accurately, this law was strictly valid. ఎప్పుడైతే అటామిక్ వెయిట్ మెజర్ చేసే ప్రాసెస్ ఇంట్రొడ్యూస్ అయిందో అప్పుడు డాబర్నీర్ లా ఆఫ్ ట్రయాడ్ అనేది వ్యాలిడ్ కాలేదన్నమాట. అప్ టు దట్ ఇట్ ఈస్ వ్యాలిడ్. When the technique was improved to measuring the atomic weight accurately, this law was strictly valid, unable to strictly valid. These are the limitations of Dabarnir law of triad. Once again, very most important for 2 marks of limitation, children. First one, all the known elements he could not arrange in the form of triad. So at that time, how many elements were discovered? So Dabarnir he could not arrange that kind of elements in the triad form. Second one, the law of triad. This law is failed to the lower mass elements and higher mass elements. Third one, as the technique were improved to measuring the atomic weight accurately, at what time the measuring of atomic weight accurately it was introduced? At that time, this law was unable to strictly valid. As the technique was improved to measuring the atomic weight accurately, it was unable to strictly valid. These are the limitations of Dabarnir triad theory. Once again, combined, I will say here, this it is a very important question. A question will ask like this: what is Dabarnir triad theory? Give 2 examples and write the limitations of theory. Dabarnir arranged the elements in systematic order of their atomic weight. Is arranged the three elements in a group. The set of 3 elements is called triad. According to that, sum of first and third element atomic weight average equal and similar to the middle element. It is called triad theory. And limitations. All the known elements he could not arrange it in the form of triad. Second one, this law is failed for lower mass elements and higher masses of element of atomic weight. Third one, as the technique were improved to measuring the atomic weight accurately, this law was unable to strictly valid. These are the 3 limitations of Dabarnir triad theory. And after the Dabarnir, one more scientist, whose name is John Newland. John Newlands. In 1865, John Newlands, in 1865, he was introduced one more new theory. Dabernear was introduced here, law of triads. John Newlands was introduced here, octave theory. Octave theory. Newlands octave theory. Octave theory was introduced by John Newlands in 1865. According to this, Newlands arranged the elements in systematic order of their atomic weight. In that, first element properties resembles with the eighth element properties. What are the properties are present in first element? The same properties are resembles to the eighth element. It is called octave theory. Oct means eight. Oct means eight. That's why he given the name of octave theory. The first element properties are equal to the eighth element. That is called octave theory. John A.R. Newland arranged the elements in systematic order of their atomic weight. In that, first element properties resembles with the eighth element properties. This theory is called Newland octave theory. So, when the Newland is arranging the elements in systematic order, at that time, is leave the inert gas elements. He left the inert gas element in this order. Except the inert gases, all the elements are written into the systematic order. At that time, the first element properties are resembles with the eighth element property. For example, just to start here, lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, sodium, magnesium. Lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine. After the fluorine, neon will be there, but neon is the inert gases. Just he skip the inert gas element in this order, except that he written the elements in systematic order. In that, lithium is the first element, beryllium second, third element, carbon fourth element, nitrogen fifth element, oxygen sixth element, fluorine is seventh element, sodium is eighth element, magnesium is ninth element. When you write the systematic order here, according to octave theory, when the Newlands is arranged the elements in systematic order of the atomic weight, the first element here, what is the first element of lithium? Eighth element, sodium. According to octave theory, the first element properties are resembles with the eighth element properties. Means here, the first element properties, what are the first element properties? The properties exactly equal to the eighth element properties. It is called octave theory. Oct means eight. What are the properties are there in first element? Exactly, it is equal to the properties of eighth element. So, okay, first element and eighth element properties are equal. How we proved that? How that Newland is proved this first element properties are equal to the eighth element properties? That means here, first element of here lithium will be there, eighth element sodium will be there. Lithium and sodium, these two elements are belongs to first group, first A group elements. This belongs to first A group elements. The element which are present in the same group, they have the similar properties, equal properties. By this also we can say the first element properties are equal to the eighth element property, because lithium and sodium, these two elements are belongs to the first group. It is the first method. According to this, you can say that here the first element properties resemble with the eighth element property. Another way, according to the valency, lithium atomic number is 3, electron configuration is 1s2, 2s1. Sodium is 11, 1s2, 2s2, 2p6 and 3s1. So here lithium valence is 2s1 outermost shell, sodium is 3s1. Here lithium outermost 1 electron will be there, sodium also 1 electron will be there. According to this also, lithium valence is 1, Sodium valence is 1. According to the valency also, he proved that here first element properties resembles with the eighth element properties because lithium valency 1. Sodium valence also, according to this valency also, he said that here first element properties resembles with the eighth element properties. One more method. He proved this theory according to the Indian classical music notes. Classical notes. See the first note is sa, re, ga, ma, pa, da, ni, sa. See children here. According to this swaras, according to this notes, first note of element is sa and the eighth element note also sa. Based on this also, Newland is said that here first element properties are resembles with the eighth element properties. It is called Newland's octave theory. John A.R. Newland arranged the elements in systematic order. In that, first element properties resembles with the eighth element properties. So this is called Newland's octave theory. And Newland is assigned the atomic number to the elements. Newland is first assigned the atomic number to the elements. For his work, his series is rejected, and the journals also not printed it is. What is the work? So the first atomic numbers is assigned to the element. For his work, his seniors are not accepted, rejected of his work, and journals also. So Newland's octave theory also consists of some demerits here, because of Newland periodic table is restricted 56 elements only. Newland's periodic table restricted up to 56 elements. So it did not left the place after discovering of new elements. So only the 56 elements only fitted into the periodic table. Newland's periodic table is restricted 56 elements only. It did not left the space for upcoming new elements. Future level element discover kabotayo. Vaatiki koncham place kuda iddaru velladannamata. That is the one demerit. Newland's periodic table restricted up to 56 elements. It did not left the space for upcoming new discovery of element. And the second one, demerit, means limitations. Demerit is nothing but limitations. First limitation it is Newland's periodic table restricted up to 56 elements. It did not left the space for upcoming new discovery of elements. Second one is dissimilar properties of elements is fixed into the one slot. Dissimilar property means different properties of two elements fit into the same group, same slot. For example, this is one of the slot, cobalt and nickel. This two is the dissimilar properties. So dissimilar properties of element is placed into the one box, one slot. It is one of the demerit. So here Newland's octave theory consists of two limitations. One is Newland's periodic table restriction only 56 elements. He could not get the space in to upcoming elements. Second one, dissimilar properties of element located into the one slot. Different properties of the element in one slot lo unchadam. This is the Newland's octave theory limitations. And after this, one more scientist whose name is Mendeleev. So now it is Mendeleev's periodic table. Mendeleev's periodic table. What are the demerits present in the Newland's octave theory? To overcome that, one more scientist whose name is Mendeleev, Dmitry Mendeleev. Dmitry Mendeleev. He constructed one periodic table. Mendeleev periodic table based on atomic weight. Atomic weight. Why? Because he don't know what is the element, he don't know what is the atomic number. Just he believed only the atomic weight. That's why by this concept he constructed the periodic table by atomic weight. So Mendeleev's periodic table consists of 8 groups, 7 periods. Every group consists of subgroup. The subgroup was denoted by A and B. Mendeleev's periodic table consists of 8 groups. Every group consists of subgroups. Subgroup denoted by A and B. For example, first group will be there. This first group consists of subgroup. They denoted by first A and first B, like that. Second group, second A and second B. They are called subgroups. And before that, what is meant by groups, children? Group means what? Group. What is meant by group? The group is nothing but the vertical columns in a periodic table. Vertical columns in a periodic table is called group. Vertical columns in a periodic table is called group. Every groups are period. Horizontal columns. The horizontal columns in a periodic table is called periods. Vertical columns. So see this is a vertical. Vertical columns we have to call groups. Horizontal rows we have to call periods. Mendeleev's periodic table consists of 8 groups and it consists of subgroups also. The subgroups denoted by A and B. It has 7 periods. Okay, children. So here, Mendeleev's, for example, Mendeleev first 8 group elements. First 8 group elements we have to call alkali metals. Alkali metals. So, for example, Mendeleev's first 8 group elements, example of lithium, sodium, and potassium. They are belongs to first 8 group. Mendeleev's first 8 group elements, when they are react with oxygen, to forms their oxide. For example, Mendeleev first 8 group elements, when they are react with this kind of elements, Mendeleev first 8 group elements, when they are react with oxygen, it forms oxides. So for that, Mendeleev is given one formula that is called R2O, children. R2O. When Mendeleev first 8 group elements react with oxygen to gives oxide. So for that, Mendeleev is given one formula that is R2O. Means here in the R place we have to substitute the element R in the R place of R, we have to substitute the element. Let me see, for example, in the R means first group element, first one lithium. 2 as usual. O. Lithium oxide. Mendeleev first group elements react with oxygen. It forms oxide. For that, Mendeleev is given the formula R2O. R place we have to substitute the element lithium oxide. Next, sodium oxide. Next, potassium oxide. In the same way, Mendeleev's second group elements, when they are react with oxygen, it forms oxide. Example of second group elements: beryllium, magnesium, and calcium. When the Mendeleev second group elements react with oxygen, it gives oxide. For that, Mendeleev is given the formula RO. RO. In the place of R, we substitute the element. So, example here, see RO, and the first element is in the R place substitute B, BO, MgO, CaO. It produces oxides. So, Mendeleev first group elements, when they react with oxygen to form oxides, for that Mendeleev is given the formula is R2O. Second group elements, when they react with oxygen to form oxide, for that Mendeleev is given formula of RO. In the R place, we have to substitute the element's name. And next one is Mendeleev is proposed one periodic law according to the period table. Mendeleev's periodic law. It is very most important for 1 mark children. Mendeleev's periodic law. Very simple. Mendeleev's periodic table based on atomic weight. Remember children, very easy. Atomic weight. Okay. Periodic table. What are present in the periodic table? In the periodic table, elements are present in that. What properties consist of elements? The element consists of physical and chemical properties. Okay? Atomic weight and physical and chemical properties. Combined all of these, we have to say the definition. Mendeleev's periodic table based on atomic weight. Every periodic table consists of full of elements. Every element consists of physical and chemical properties. Combined all these, that is only the Mendeleev's periodic law. Let us see how it will be. The first definition of this: the physical and chemical properties of elements, periodic functions of their atomic weight. It is the Mendeleev's periodic law. The physical and chemical properties of elements, periodic functions of their atomic weight. By the atomic weight, Mendeleev is proposed the physical and chemical properties to the elements. Combining all these, we have to create one periodic law. Are understood children? So see, very easy the definition. The physical and chemical properties of elements, periodic functions. Function is nothing but, don't feel the functioning means dinner. Function means how the periodic table is run. The physical and chemical properties of elements, periodic functions of their atomic weight. It is called Mendeleev's periodic law. Very most important. The physical and chemical properties of elements, periodic functions of their atomic weight. Because Mendeleev's periodic table based on atomic weight. By the atomic weight only Mendeleev constructed the periodic table. In periodic table consists of 20 of elements. Fix the elements. Every element consists of physical and chemical properties. Combined all this, we can say the periodic law. The physical and chemical properties of elements, periodic functions of their atomic weight. It is called Mendeleev's periodic law. Yes, children. This is the topic today's, and it's a very most important. Whatever we completed, just go through the revision thoroughly. Don't waste the time. And whatever the brains up to 6th lesson, we have to complete it in the 7th lesson. Still more 2 lessons will be there. So before that, first what I'm saying to you, children, is my humble request. Whatever we completed, you go the revision thoroughly, because we have the less time to the final examination. What are the topics? We have to complete the ray diagrams and problems and activities, lab activities. You just one by one, just read thoroughly. And what are the doubts you have in the chapters? Just you have to chart with me, and nothing but you chart the chart box. It is a very most important. Don't forget it, children. And everybody must and should try to complete all the lessons thoroughly. That means read thoroughly, practice thoroughly. Don't waste that time unnecessary. Thank you, children.